Now, I teased this hybrid between Salah and Erling Haaland, Shaka. I'm going to get you and Oggy to both answer each of these. I'm going to give you one attribute, 5 in total, but one at a time. You've got to tell me, would you rather have Salah or would you rather have Haaland for this attribute? The first attribute, Shaka, is speed. Who are you going for?
I'm going for Erling Haaland. I think just in terms of pure raw pace, Haaland is quicker. He's a stronger runner. He's more difficult to dispossess when he's in full flight. So I go Salah. And just while I have the opportunity, I will say as much as I know the 5 attributes that are coming, and of course, yes, I have to pick one out of the 5. There's so little between the two in each of them. So I'm giving myself a little bit of a get-out clause ahead of time.
So, Oggy, do you agree with Shaka or disagree? Speed.
I'm going to disagree with Shaka on the basis that he's right. I mean, when Haaland gets going, he is unstoppable. But Haaland's pace is basically just in a straight line through the middle. I think Salah can go left, right, through the middle. I think he can hit you pace-wise from all sides. I think that's where he has the advantage, that he's so quick he can tear you apart on all sides of the pitch. So it's just different kinds of speed, really. Both very quick, but different kinds of usage of it and different ways to implement it.
The second attribute is a bit harsh on Mohamed Salah. It's heading. I mean,
yeah.
Do we need to discuss?
I don't think so.
No. Oggy?
No, it's Haaland all day long, isn't it? It's about, he's a giant and he's also got great heading ability, so that puts him ahead of Salah in every area in that one.
Now, link-up play, Oggy.
Oh, this is, again, I think like that Haaland wins the header hands down. I think Salah wins this hands down because I don't think Haaland is particularly good as a link-up striker, to be honest. I think he gets his goals, he runs at defenders, but, compared to someone like Harry Kane, not even the same league, he doesn't link play up. He just doesn't. And that is one element of his game that he needs to improve. But when he's scoring 50-odd goals a season, maybe he doesn't need to improve it.
Shaka.
Totally agree. I as far as a comparison goes, there's only one real contender there, and it is Mo Salah.
Movement, Shaka.
Movement. Now, this one is a little bit difficult. I feel that I'm going to lean Haaland, but again, I just feel Haaland's movement inside the box is really special. I've always found him to be well ahead of his years in that regard. His movement inside the box without the ball. Salah with the ball is clearly the better of the two. But again, just kind of reading this as it was presented, if I'm thinking just pure movement in terms of finding space, getting free, I'm leaning Haaland. But this is another of those that is a really tough call.
Mr. Mark Ogden.
Yeah, I mean, they're different kinds of forwards, aren't they? That's the thing, because obviously Haaland plays these back to goal quite a lot, and so his movement is different than Salah's. It has to be, but I'm going to go with Shaq in the sense that if you're in the 6-yard box or the penalty area, it's that movement, it's that speed of thought, and it's that just grabbing an inch from a defender. And I think Haaland's the best in the world at that. And I think Salah's movement is different in different parts of the pitch.
This last one, I'm intrigued as to your answers, because it might be a different answer that you give now that you gave a couple of years ago. Finishing. Now, I want to clarify that. It doesn't really need clarification, but I'm going to do it. If it's the last minute, right, and either Haaland or Salah is one-on-one against Shaka Hislop in goal, the Shaka Hislop in his prime, who do you want, Shaq? Who do you feel more confident about trying to stop one-on-one? So the better finisher, Salah or Haaland, Shaq?
Let's go to another goalkeeper, because let's be fair, me and my prime, I'd back Oggy. I'd back Oggy to score, so that's maybe not. In all seriousness, one-on-one, last minute, I think Erling Haaland is a better finisher. But again, I love for myself that caveat for the third time, that there's so little between these two, but I'm leaning Erling Haaland.
Oggy?
I've seen Haaland miss a couple of big ones, late in games.
Recently he has.
Yeah, but I don't see Salah doing that. I don't see Salah when he's got a chance. He just doesn't miss. And I think it's hard to call, but I'd go with Mo Salah, because I just think that, and he also does it in the biggest games. And I think Haaland, again, when you look at his record in the very big games, he does score, but not at the same rate that Salah does. Salah always scores in the big games. So for me, Mo Salah.
The reason I kind of introed that the way it was about a couple of years ago, I think Salah now is a better finisher than he was a couple of years ago. And okay, I'm basing it on potentially having captained Mohamed Salah in Fantasy Premier League, Shaka, and watching every game with a fine eye on it and seeing the chances. I mean, he never hid. He was always there. I just think now he's a better finisher than he was. And to be fair, you've mentioned about Haaland this season. He's missed one or two, whereas last season everything seemed to go in. Maybe in a couple of years from now, he's even better than he was last season, because we forget he's just a baby. And
Yeah,
he doesn't look like one.
He is. Listen, I think Haaland is still growing into his game, and that's kind of ridiculous to say about a player who scored 50 goals last season. But similarly to your point, Mo Salah is such an accomplished finisher and different. I think Mo Salah is more likely to kind of dink it over you or find a cute finish, whereas Haaland could just beat you with pace on the finish. The two players are so different in their styles in every single regard. Yeah, we are talking about two of the best players in all those categories in so many ways, yet being so different.
Before we
just on that, can I on that point about Salah? You make a good point, and I think it's down to one thing: Sadio Mane leaving to Bayern Munich 18 months ago. Because
I agree.
When Mane, they had a great partnership, those two, but we know there were times when they kind of fell out when one didn't pass the other one. I think at times Salah was through and he was thinking, do I pass to Mane? Do I look for Mane? Do I go myself? And that's been taken out of the equation now, because he doesn't have to pass to anybody, because he's the main man, and there's no doubt about it. So he just knows chance scores. That's basically it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, before we let you go, let's get a prediction. Shaka at Manchester City, Liverpool, the early game on Saturday.
I'm going to go Manchester City. I'm going to go a narrow 2-1 win for City.
Okay, Augie?
So I've been asked this already this week, and I can't change from what I said.
Well, you can.
I do that all the time, Moggy. I hedge my bets. I give different winners, different scores. So
and then you say, I told you so.
Yeah, but the problem is somebody reminded me that I said the opposite, so I can't go there. So I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool, but maybe 3-1, because if Liverpool get in the lead and they can hit on the counter attack, so Liverpool win 2-1, but maybe a sneaky 3-1 if they get lucky.